new to investing, starting your investment journey, the first objective is to build a cash buffer, build an emergency fund. This fund should be at least 1 to 3 months of your total monthly expenditure, and this is for that you never have to be in the position to ever withdraw cash from your trading accounts or investing accounts. You want to start by researching what is a retirement annuity, but you also want to research what is a tax-free savings account and a tax-free unit trust. I highly recommend a tax-free unit trust for any new investor to start with a minimal contribution. Investing over a long period of time is what I want you to envision. If you're investing into a new share or a new business, you want to think to yourself, where is this company going to be in 5 to 10 years? If you invest in cash, you want to start by investing capital slowly into the market. Even if you have one big lump sum, you want to break it down into 10 to 20 pieces and invest it efficiently. The slower the better, because there will always be opportunities in the markets. You're not going to miss out on anything. You want to research small, medium and large companies. The size of the company usually determines how fast it grows. It's a smaller, let's just a rule of thumb, a smaller company will maybe have the potential to grow quicker or be a more growth play than one of the top 5 or the top 10 companies within that stock exchange. Now you want to research what is REITs, real estate investment trusts, pay out very good dividends, and this is a good side to add to your dividend, like your dividend side of your portfolio. You want to have exposure over small, medium and large companies as well as REITs, some growth companies, and you want to look into ETFs, specifically ones that trade the more or less the global market, like the S&P 500 or S&P 1200 being the biggest 500 companies in the US, and the United States having the biggest economy. But you can research what are ETFs, exchange traded funds, and that's basically just fund managers putting together money to buy assets, and in this specific case the S&P 500 is going to be the 500 highest earning companies, and as that varies it will go in and out of the index, meaning a company, if it's not in that 500 top earning range, it could be kicked out of the index and a new one dragged in, meaning theoretically it could grow forever. If you see the economy growing forever, because it is a resemblance of the overall economy, especially in the US. So you really want to research ETFs, and especially the S&P 500 and S&P 1200, and you want to park a majority of capital that you want to invest over long term there, and taking chunks of your income or chunks of a lump sum and investing it in growth opportunities. You should more or less only invest 2.5 to 5% of your capital into a single share, and never more than 10%. The only rule being you can have more than 10% in the S&P 500. You want to also research stuff like Bitcoin or Bitcoin derivatives. I know there's a lot of Bitcoin derivatives out there, like MicroStrategy, 8% preferred, or if you just want to hold Bitcoin or any commodity like gold, you should really research that. And the number one golden rule for investing is you always want to invest with your equity and never invest debt. So let me say that again. You always want to invest with equity and equity only, never with debt. You never want to take out loans and invest. You want to take earned income and invest those little chunks with a long-term outlook, where you can analyze the company's balance sheets and reports, and you can for yourself not be worried. You are diversified if you're investing into 10 to 20 different stocks, as well as ETFs, plus holding commodities. You have your emergency fund, you're investing into a tax-free account in the retirement annuity. The last possible avenue for yourself would then be to explore business. A business is a very good, also volatile asset, and then lastly also property.